as you guys are seeing this video, my husband is officially full-time with me in the photography business. Crazy, crazy. He left his job to be a full-time entrepreneur with me. And today I'm going to share with you some things that we did to prepare to make this leap into full-time. I'm Caitlin Workman and welcome to my YouTube channel where I encourage and empower other entrepreneurs. Before we get started, I want you to have a free gift just for watching today. It is my personal marketing guide. It's going to talk you through how to share about yourself, how to show up more personally in your business, and how to actually start booking clients through social media. So that is in the description. Make sure you get it. Let me know if it's helpful. Now I'm going to share with you guys some things that we did to prepare for making the leap into full-time. Honestly, some people think we're a little crazy. I think we're a little crazy sometimes, but this is a big transition for us and we did not take this decision lightly. You guys know my husband has been in some videos with me and he photographs every wedding with me. And honestly, for the past several years, he's just taken on more and more roles with the business. So it was just time for him to join me full time. He's just been juggling a lot for so long. For our life, we really want to be able to spend as much time with our kids and just pouring into them as much as possible. And that was really hard. And we didn't have the freedom that we wanted while also tied to another job. So we have been thinking about this decision for a long time. And actually a year and a half ago, he said he would never do this full time, and here we are. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys through some things that we did to make those changes and how we got here. So first of all, we looked at our why for our business. Why are we doing this? What is important in our lives? What goals do we have for our family life? What goals do we have for our business? Like, what do we want our life to look like? We just kind of had to change some things about the way we were doing things and look at what's most important to us. For us, what's most important to us is living a life of freedom with our kids. We want to be able to take them on field trips and to spend time together because they're growing very quickly. Our daughter came to live with us when she was 5. She was in the foster care system and then we adopted her, and she's already 11, and that time is just flying by so quickly. So we want to make sure that we have the time with them that we want to have. So we did not just jump recklessly. If you are on the fence and you're thinking like, I want to run my business full time, but I just am not sure what I need to do. First of all, start with a personal savings account. If you're a Dave Ramsey fan, he talks about having an emergency fund. I would definitely do this. Even if you're not thinking about going full-time, I would consider doing this. First, we started with a personal emergency fund. Basically, that emergency fund kind of takes the pressure off because we know that even if we stopped making the income goals that we were wanting, or if something like catastrophic happened, we have enough money to pay our bills. So when deciding, how much money we need to make, all of that, we looked at like, how much do we need to pay our bills, to feed our kids, to pay our mortgage, to pay for all of these different things, and make sure that you have that personal emergency fund so that you're not stressed about those things. So that's what we started with. Second, I would make sure that you have a not photography if you're not a photographer, but a business account that's a savings account. Basically a savings account for your business to give you some sort of buffer. If you are draining your business account every month and not sure where your next paycheck is coming from with your business, it's probably not time to make that leap if you're dependent on that income to pay your bills, to pay for food and things like that. So we built up a buffer in our business account, and basically that just, again, takes some of that pressure off that if we were to go a few months without booking for whatever reason, then we would have sort of that buffer to be able to pay ourselves a salary for a few months. So I think that's a great first step, is building in just whatever you feel comfortable, but some sort of buffer in your business account so that you have that to fall back on. Another thing that we did to prepare over the past year is we sort of leveraged our income and made sure that we had multiple different streams of income. Some of these streams are not very big, but I think it's a good idea to have somewhere else that the money is coming from. So if the only money that we made ever was from photographing weddings and that was going to provide for our entire family, I think that would be really scary because, we just went through this crazy shutdown where weddings weren't happening. And so having just some other streams of income can really help take the pressure off as you are making that leap. So some different things to consider, some things that we've added are, adding an education side of our business that has really grown over the past year, thanks to you guys and all of our Sweet Mentor students. We have done a lot with affiliate companies and just supporting brands that we were going to support anyways, and just getting a little bit of passive income that way. We have done some in-person events and basically just kind of like setting up all of these different little buckets that are bringing in money from different ways. If you are a wedding photographer, you could consider adding print sales or album sales or branding sessions or family sessions. Or if you're just a family photographer, you could look into, adding albums or just adding these different things so that your money isn't reliant on just one single form of income. As we are preparing for this crazy leave, we just talked a lot. We took several road trips where we just kind of brainstormed like what our expectations are for each other and what our schedule is going to look like. And obviously we're going to change this a lot. We have one thing that we are scheduling is a meeting once a month where we sit down and we have lunch together and we talk through like, okay, what's working right now, what isn't working, because we have a pretty small house and I'm recording this in our basement office. We have 2 kids, so trying to make sure that we have time to get the work done that each of us needs to do and also have time with our family and also be taking time to rest. Like there's just a lot of moving parts. We just mapped out like kind of our expectations and our goals and dreams, because I would never want him to come home and suddenly feel like I'm bossing him around all the time, because that's not how we view our life at all. It might be my name as the brand, as the business, but he does just as much, if not more, behind the scenes. And it's the same thing in our house. Like we view everything as like 50-50 partnership. So like, it's not just my responsibility to homeschool the kids, right? It's both of us are in charge of their education and their learning and making sure that they're healthy and fed and all of these things. So just kind of looking at like what our expectations are for each other and really looking at what each other needs was a really, really important step. So those are some things that we have done to prepare for this full-time journey. Let me know if you guys have questions about this. I'm hoping to kind of take you guys along throughout this journey. Like we're homeschooling and we're going to be full-time entrepreneurs. So things are a little nuts and we're just kind of constantly learning like what works best for us and all of these things. So if you guys have questions about that specifically, please leave them in the comments and make sure that you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.